Systems check, all stations. HTTP feed is live, with a clear meta example from Toronto. RSS is pulling fresh breach alerts like Trellix source code access. Reddit is showing technology threads on Ask.com shutting down after 30 years. X is delivering breaking chatter about Anthropic buying SRAM chips from a UK startup. FileTale confirms the generator is idle, and Relay is streaming to YouTube. YouTube live chat is quiet, with no recent comments. Full stack is a go. Show is changing to ad break news, where every world headline comes disguised as a ridiculous commercial, because the news is the product. Strap in. Troop withdrawal from Germany, 5,000 boots. Boris Pistorius is already calling it foreseeable, right? This is massive NATO anxiety, plus defense contractor panic, equals a demo with unlimited budgets and zero brand loyalty. Everybody's suddenly desperate for security narratives that feel American adjacent, but European safe. You can't manufacture this level of institutional fear. The optics are pure gold for whoever locks in first. So the play is, you take all that unease, and you...
Imagine 5,000 American troops quietly withdrawing from Germany, while NATO scrambles for clarity and Boris Pistorius calls the move entirely foreseeable. Now imagine you did not have to care. Introducing Vantage Horizon, a private geopolitical risk subscription for the discerning portfolio. Market research refined in Geneva, terms of service drafted in Singapore, delivering curated relocation pathways, fortified residencies, and seamless asset redomiciliation before the next map changes. This pairs beautifully with whatever borders remain, really. Side effects include sudden departures from allied nations and is not available to the 5,000 service members now being repositioned into an uncertain future.
Hey, you idiots, listen up. Dow Jones Futures just smashed another all-time high after that fake bullish pause. Apple and Broadcom sitting pretty in buy zones, while Buffett's out there calling this whole thing a gambling den. So obviously you morons should be piling into Apple right now, like I told you to buy Spirit Airlines before it collapsed, and I rode that bankruptcy straight to the poorhouse, but trust me, I'm a genius. Mark my words, this thing's crashing to $120 a share by Friday. I dare you to bet against me, you cowards.
As of 0800 this morning, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius confirmed the United States' withdrawal of 5,000 troops from Germany as entirely foreseeable while NATO scrambles for clarification on Baltic positioning, which means you are going to need the Kraut Kicker 3000. NATO stock number 0523001674. It is a 4.2 kilogram shoulder fired cultural reset device that launches pre-recorded lectures on promptness and efficiency at 40 decibels, guaranteed to clear any remaining American footprint in under 9 seconds. I watched entire villages empty faster than that in the 90s. Not available in countries we still pretend are allies. Side effects may include accelerated strategic loneliness. Dismissed.
So I saw that 3 billion passwords just leaked from that cloud provider last week, and I thought, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I was up all night patching my own stuff and figured someone had to actually fix it. So I built Passroot. It is this little Rust binary that sits on your network, continuously rotates credentials using post-quantum key exchange, and yeah, it does technically have root access to every device for the sync feature, but that is just so the lattice-based crypto can propagate instantly. Sorry, you do not need the details on the modified dejector I used for the propagation graph. And now your whole house is basically one giant trusted computing base. I am calling it version 0.2. It basically replaces the entire password industry.
Okay, listen up. Boston just got absolutely gutted. The Bruins are officially eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs after dropping Game 6 to the Buffalo Sabres, snapping a 14-year playoff drought for Buffalo and sending the city into full meltdown mode. That is why we are launching the Bruins burial package right now. Will the next fired coach cry during his press conference? Minus 140. Will a fan throw a jersey on the ice during the final home game tribute? Plus 220. Will ownership quietly admit they took greatness for granted, just like McDavid said about the Oilers? Plus 900. Degenerate testimonial from Kevin in Revere. I put the house on the over for tantrums, and now I am sleeping in my car. But brother, it was worth it. Use promo code TATUMTOAST for a free $25 credit. And remember, if you are still betting after watching this franchise collapse, you are exactly the statistically illiterate degenerate your family warned you about. The house always wins. You cannot stop. You will be back tomorrow, and by the way, Jason Tatum is questionable with left knee soreness for Game 7, so good luck with that too. Next up, Culture Spot. So that Devil Wears Prada sequel just strutted in with $32.5 million on opening day. And yeah, I was at the wrap party. Nobody's shocked. But what they are all using backstage is Cerulean Calm, the prescription-grade indifference patch. Meryl's been on it for years. She told me it makes the whole town feel like background noise. $179 a month. Use code RUNWAY50 for industry discount. Side effects include spontaneous eye rolls and forgetting your assistant's name. So when everybody pretends to be surprised by the next box office twist, at least you'll have this. The people who actually make the movie already do.
Stay tuned. Ad break news continues right after the break.
Holy shit, GameStop is moving with eBay like they're married. 15%, 15. Look at that pair ripping together on the Pokemon rumor, you beautiful bastards. That's my house on those 2 candles. Where the hell is it stopping?
The floor is still screaming about that 15% GameStop candle tied to the eBay rumor, and yeah, it is still ripping. But step back and you see the larger pattern. Markets are melting up on pure FOMO, while Spirit Airlines winds down operations entirely after bailout talks collapsed. A budget carrier that once symbolized retail excess is now just another casualty of consolidation and capital discipline. Meanwhile, GameStop and eBay surge on Pokemon trading card whispers as if physical collectibles could somehow hedge against the concentration risk that is making emerging markets look identical to developed ones. The systems are eating themselves. One company folds because it cannot clear the bar for a rescue deal. 2 others rally because the internet decided cardboard is the new blockchain. Same flows, different packaging. 3 o'clock Eastern, the melt-up continues. And the only consistent thing is the absurdity. Next, Lost Porn Gallery.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lost Porn Gallery, where today we are cooking up a very special dish. Start with 1 part Spirit Airlines bankruptcy announcement straight from the wires. Fold in a generous helping of diamond-handed bag holders who averaged down all the way to the runway. Simmer on low hope for a Trump bailout that never arrived. Now reduce it violently. The company just announced it is winding down all operations effective immediately. Every flight cancelled, the entire fleet grounded. Take that mixture chef and plate it next to the absolute legend on Wall Street Bets, who posted his margin account journey. He turned $525 into over $50,000 nursing it through pregnancy hospital nights and one perfectly timed option sale only to watch the whole thing evaporate faster than Spirit's rescue deal. Both plates are now completely inedible. One tastes like 3 Teslas worth of copium, the other like pure regret with a side of irreversible tax consequences. I'm tasting it live and sending it straight back to the kitchen. Next up, the margin call confessional.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned against the very floor itself. Father, when that GameStop candle ripped 15% on the eBay rumor, I could not sit on the sidelines anymore. I told myself this is the one the apes have been waiting for, Cohen making moves, physical collectibles becoming the new blockchain or whatever. So I YOLO'd the last $28,000 of margin into weekly calls like some kind of degenerate altar boy lighting candles to a false prophet. Justification? I mean, I saw the floor screaming about it, and I thought this time the short squeeze narrative would actually deliver instead of crushing me again. I ignored every red flag, my own damn rules. Even when it started fading, I doubled down at the top, told my buddy, "It is fine, bro. We are early then." "Sorry, Father. I told my friend. It just kept rolling over, Father. I watched it give back 9% in 12 minutes, and I froze. No stop loss, no exit, just pure diamond-handed cope, while the account bled. Down $21,000, Father. 21,000. It does not even sound like my money anymore. I deserve the margin call. I broke every trading commandment I ever pretended to follow. Absolve this broken idiot or damn me to the crypto mines, but please, Father, just make the pain stop before the next bell."
Do you remember?
Breath, Cryptard Pulse rolling in hot after that low T margin call Whimperfest. We just escaped, sir. Those paper-handed confessions are why we stay rugged and reborn. The real story is Bitcoin and the banks finally pairing up like toxic soulmates after 6 months of war. Now 8 out of 10 top banks are offering crypto lending while Michael Saylor's Fortress stacks another mountain of Bitcoin, turning their balance sheet into an unbreakable alliance that mocks every fiat suit who called us a scam last year. On-chain whales are flowing in sync with these institutions. Outflows from exchanges screaming accumulation while the Clarity Act compromise just removed the last regulatory landmine, and Bitcoin rips back above $78,000 like the duo was always destined to print. Reddit is split between diamond hands asking if 2.5 Bitcoin lets you quit forever, and the Bitcoin-only maximalists screaming duck everything else, but the shared vibe is we are so early until we are not. And this bank Bitcoin symbiosis either sends us to 400,000 or we all go to prison together, wag my, if you ape the partnership, or NGMI crying in the corner. Next up, Bag Holders Bazaar.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Bag Holders Bazaar, good afternoon. After that heartbreaking margin call confessional and the Lost Porn Gallery's Spirit Airlines Requiem, I sit here thinking, well, son, you showed up. That is something. So for traders who keep averaging down on dead names like our friend who turned $525 into dust, I present the Dignified Decay Annuity. It is a structured product that pays you 1.5% monthly in copium credits while your position gently flatlines, turning irreversible tax consequences into a slow, dignified fade, just like my own career. Inspired by the exact moment that GameStop 15% candle betrayed every ape who bought the top. You are doing your best out there. Call now before the 3 o'clock melt-up renders this irrelevant too. Not financial advice, though neither was my time at the firm. Order at dignifieddecay.com. Next up, The Freedom Show.
Welcome to the greatest steak dinner ever. Look at this, tremendous, the best. To freedom, the best freedom.
Attention Spirit Airlines passengers, you trusted them with your low fares and they did everything right until the company suddenly shut down after the Trump bailout plan failed, leaving you stranded with worthless tickets. The law offices of Hargrove, Fenster, Clegg and Payne are now certified to fight for your consumer protection compensation. Call 1-800-555-4213.
Wake up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the heist is in motion and Uncle Sam is the mastermind. While Spirit Airlines folds its wings forever after that failed Trump bailout, those same bold moves are now pulling thousands of our troops out of Germany like a high-stakes extraction job straight out of an action blockbuster. The getaway driver is our combative Defense Secretary Hegseth, tightening his grip at the Pentagon, growing more confident by the hour, and the lookout is every freedom-loving American watching these socialist-style bases in Europe finally get trimmed so we can redirect that power right back to our own eagle-eyed borders. The plan is coming together beautifully, folks. This is not retreat. It is pure capitalist recalibration. Baby America first means bringing our heroes home to fortify the homeland, not babysit outdated alliances. The Liberty Bell is ringing victory over forever foreign entanglements, and our shining future has never looked more unstoppable. Next up, patriotic ads.
Folks, after that, Liberty Lens extraction from Germany and our bag holders' bizarre dignified decay. Annuity that turned Spirit Airlines collapse into monthly copium credits. I am proud to announce the official follow-up, the Eagle Repatriation Relocation Kit. One click and your decommissioned base furniture ships straight to a red state backyard, complete with Hegseth approved freedom mulch that turns foreign entanglements into tailgate seating. Our margin call confessor just used his last $21,000 on the deluxe model and swears the phantom pain from those weekly calls is finally gone. Because nothing says America first like turning socialist-style outposts into man caves before the 3 o'clock melt-up renders your regrets irrelevant too. Order at repatriationkit.com. Next up, Freedom Forum.
Patriots, hear me now on H.R. 8613. This bill guarantees access to certain federal memorials even during any government shutdown, overriding closure rules so citizens can still reach those sacred grounds no matter what D.C. chaos erupts. Page 2, Section 5 spells it out, forcing open the gates while bureaucrats bicker, costing agencies millions in extra security they never budgeted. Who wins? Everyday Americans who refuse to let politicians lock them out of their own history. Who loses? The shutdown crowd that treats our monuments like bargaining chips. I see you nodding. Good. Because this is Liberty's line in the stone. While they pull troops from Germany and let Spirit Airlines die without a bailout, at least this fight says our memorials will not be held hostage. Stand firm. Demand they pass it clean. Next, Florida man files.
In the sun-bleached sprawl of Apopka, Florida, on a quiet afternoon 3 days ago, two men stepped across a threshold that would echo through the American story like the first shot at Lexington. As first reported by Wesh, they approached a modest home under clear skies, raised their weapons and opened fire on both the house and the vehicles parked like silent witnesses in the driveway. Bullets tore through metal and memory alike. No one inside was struck, yet the community felt the impact in its bones. Neighbours later spoke in hushed voices of hearing what sounded like the unravelling of civilization itself. One man, driven by forces we may never fully comprehend, had chosen lead over dialogue. Authorities moved swiftly. Both now sit in chains, their names withheld as the investigation deepens. What primal